It's America's one and only Jewish Moments in the Morning radio program, heard on listeners-sponsored digital radio. Around the world, the web at NachumSegal.com, on the Nachum Segal Network, and, of course, on the beloved NSN app. Well, our good friend Rabbi Daniel Hartstein is with us here live in the studio, believe it or not. Is it Daniel or Daniel? Which one should we go with this morning?
I'm going to go with Daniel.
You're going to go with Daniel?
Being that my parents named me Dov Menachem.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But gave me an English name.
That's funny.
Just in case, you know.
What a way to start.
Daniel Mark.
What a way to start.
It's one of the quiz
with
questions
this irony, with this irony that I just said Daniel, and in fact, there's nothing about you that's Daniel. Nothing at all.
I know of, except the lion's den whole thing, but that's different.
Rabbi Daniel Hartstein is with us live. Hey, it's a Monday morning.
It is.
It's the day after the Super Bowl. Half the country
was that yesterday?
Yeah, half the country's off from work. So,
Except
so give me a break. So give me a break if I'm not able to identify you properly.
My wife also a lot of times doesn't.
How long ago were you in Israel? The last time you were in Israel was what day?
It was last Sunday evening.
And the temperature was on Sunday?
80 degrees.
Seriously?
Yes.
It hit 80 where you live?
Yes. The mother-in-law every day gives me a weather update.
From here?
No, yeah, she says 75 degrees warmer in Israel. She's a big Zionist, my mother-in-law. Yeah.
Wait, meaning your mother-in-law's in Israel?
Yes, my in-laws live in Israel, unfortunately.
So, hey, watch it. So you're saying that she'll look at what the temperature is here and give you an update that it's 75 degrees warmer in Israel.
Yes, the Al Roker of Ramat Beit Shemesh.
Were you prepared for 5-degree weather when you got here? Because it's been insane.
Insane.
What do you think of Shabbos and Sunday?
Beautiful.
No.
Really beautiful. We davened outside. Remember COVID, you know, Zecher L'Chorban.
Stop it. How long was your walk to a shul on Shabbos morning?
I was at an event, so there was a zero walk.
So you were inside. Thank God.
It's not easy here. No. You move to Israel and you forget about this.
Yeah. And you have to look in advance to see if you need a winter coat or what.
A winter coat and, the whole thing. The Gottkes, you need the whole thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
So
it's a family show. I don't want to.
How long are you in for this trip?
This trip is a week and a half. My usual trip, I come in Monday mornings and leave on Wednesday.
Now you have, and we'll talk about everything that we need to talk about, but
sure.
Or that we offered to talk about. But you have a unique situation.
I do,
because you're here today because, frankly, you are with one of the prominent event and catering establishments in this area. And we're going to talk about that coming up.
Yes.
But Rabbi Daniel Hartstein, you're also associated and have employment in Israel itself. In other words, we know people who live in Israel.
Correct.
And they're really working in America or, via, remote for an American company. But you're sort of like working in Israel and at the same time working in Israel and in America in the United States.
Yes.
What a strange arrangement.
Many hats. Employment is a very broad term, being that I volunteer my time at the wonderful Yeshivat Lev HaTorah.
So that's not a job for you.
It's not. I mean, I hope it's the job that will get me into Olam Haba.
Right.
With that,
but you're
1099 that has zero on it.
But you're not getting a W-2.
Right.
Based on your work with Lev.
Listen, I think that they're, me and the Rabbanu Shalom hopefully have a little pact together. He doesn't know about it yet, but
you're hoping he'll find out.
Yeah, I love it. Listen, it's a morning job.
How long have you been there?
Wow. So we moved there. We moved to Eretz Yisrael almost 18 years ago, and I've been with the yeshiva that long in different capacities.
Well, how did you even start? Like, why do you think of volunteering to work at a yeshiva?
I think it's my humor.
That's what it got.
I met Rav Boaz Mori, the wonderful and amazing Rosh Yeshiva. And
after you moved there?
After I moved. I didn't know, or hardly knew any Rebbe in the yeshiva, even though we all like, why you guys, and everybody knew in yeshiva in Israel.
And it's near where you live.
Yes, literally. One of the great things about Lev HaTorah is that, all the Rebbeim are like a block or two away. And it was Slichos season. And at the time, I had a job where I got one of those Israeli free cars, which doesn't really mean free. It means, you pay 5,000 shekel a month and use, free gas. Wow, that's amazing. Trying to figure this out as an American. And I used to drive him, literally, we lived 2 blocks away. I would drive him home and we spent like an hour in the car talking. This is like, and I just moved there. And he's like, you got to come work in the yeshiva. He didn't use the air quotes, but work apparently meant free. So I started volunteering my time at nights, and then it moved towards, I actually was their director of institutional events. I had a real job for about 2 years.
Did you have an educational job here when you lived here?
I did not. Baruch Hashem, I give a lot of credit to, besides certainly my wife, Serena, which you may know. By the way, Mazel Tov.
Whom I might know.
On the granddaughter.
Thank you.
I've heard amazing things about that wonderful family.
You're referring to Ilana, Ilana Emuna. How did I forget my granddaughter's name?
Very good.
Ilana Emuna is her name.
I wasn't even prepped for that. Yes.
She is 8 days old. She was born Monday,
Wow.
Tu B'Shvat.
If my wife did a better job, maybe there would be a bris this morning, and we wouldn't be talking now.
Okay, we're not getting into details. Anyway, yeah.
But
hopefully she's not listening. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully.
That goes
She doesn't even know I'm in America. I told her I'm going to get milk. She doesn't even know I'm in America now. So what do you have? Go ahead. In any case, so
it ends up now you're spending a number of hours per day, Sunday through Thursday, is it?
Correct.
In Lev HaTorah.
So I always had the schus. I give schus besides for the wife, but to Rabbi Neuberger, we davened the Rabbi Neuberger shul.
Bergenfield.
And in Bergenfield, and Rabbi Neuberger Shlita called me. He actually called the house, and we had the old caller ID days, and he called me and he said, "Hey, can I speak to your wife?" Which was strange, and he asked Serena permission if I could give a shiur every week, because he understood the preparation and what it would take
in the shul.
And that's how I kind of got started in really liking it. And it was called the all-you-can-eat Tuesday night shiur.
Priorities.
When I started,
all you can eat is before the shiur.
Right, because when we started, it was I had taken over someone's shiur, and I was basically giving shiur to myself by the end of the shiur. Right,
that's funny.
It was hard. It was people work, and then it became
a long day.
Right. Then it became a dinner shiur, and Baruch Hashem, it was great. And that kind of got me started on this. It's been pretty amazing.
Rabbi Daniel Hartstein's here. So when you're in Lev HaTorah, are you delivering a shiur every day?
Yeah. So what I do is very unique as well. I go into every morning shiur, Gemara shiur, and I give shiurim on business halacha. I have a curriculum, business ethics. Probably doesn't happen in most yeshivas. And I go ahead and teach them really practical halacha, not what I call rabbi halachas. I heard a story about somebody once had to shake a woman's hand and, he went to the mikveh after, These are practical things. Here's what happened to me, almost every week I'm able to come back to them and said, ooh, I had a very interesting shiloh over Shabbos. What do you guys think? Or thank God many of my Talmidim who I'm close with ask me some business shilohs and say, where are we? And it's all practical. Go through all the sources, real maramakomos. Great stuff, and thank God it keeps me, as Serena says, keeps me off the streets.
And this is because in your American profile, you are working in the business world.
Correct. Right.
And a really competitive and difficult sometimes business world.
Very, yes.
Right? The food industry and the event industry is one that's very, it's stressful.
It is, and it's for the first time in my life, as funny as it sounds, I work for, an exclusively Jewish religious company, right? And we're dealing with basically all vendors of that nature, which actually adds the shilas you may have of ribbis and all these different things. So Baruch Hashem, Five Star Caterers came up to me about 10 years ago. I have a very close relationship with the owner, Kenny Yeager, and he basically said to me, "Hey, Daniel, I need a boss."
And Kenny didn't think it's weird that you're going to be 6,000 miles away most of the time?
So I think he realized, I hope he realized my talents.
Right.
My mom told him. And he
She was your number one reference?
Exactly. The only reference. Mom. And essentially, he needed somebody to help run the business. I come in every 4 to 6 weeks. I like to say, I come in every month, but I tell my wife it's every 6 weeks.
Right.
Come in the
But
events,
you're literally here 6 times a year.
No, much more than
Even
that.
more than
well,
that?
we had spent the summers here, so we're here all that time. Right. But it's probably about 8 times in the year itself.
Wow.
Again, it has to work for everybody, just as an aliyah, booster. Baruch Hashem, Aliyah is amazing, and we're very zeicha, all my children and everybody.
And your wife's indifferent about whether you're home or not, so it works out.
Very indifferent. She's not indifferent. She's quite happy. She's, are you sure you don't have to go on a trip next week? But yeah, I think that it has to work for you. It has to work. My kids were older when I decided to do it. It's almost done now 10 years. And thank God I run the day-to-day operations and have,
So you're up till midnight every night, obviously.
1 o'clock. yeah. I try to stay up till I'm a night person.
And
anyway.
your preferred
Works out
flight is you'll land here early in the morning one morning?
Yeah, so usually it's the
Monday
me
through
and all
Thursday?
the friends
Right.
and all the friends from Ramat Beit Shemesh do that Monday morning early.
Right.
Come in. Happened to be my flight was delayed this time. For El Al just says we are delayed because we want to be delayed. Have a nice day. You want to come?
Well,
Not come.
there was a snowstorm last week, but okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Excuses.
The LL syndrome. Yeah, go ahead.
But Baruch Hashem, we come in. I have this. It's funny because here I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning just because of the jet lag.
Right.
I have the schus of going to my Rebbe Shir, Rebbe Solusky. So like, I've had a full morning already. I know it's early in the morning. Had a full morning, and I love it.
And once you're at JM, it's a really full morning.
It's really a full morning. This is
it's a dream come true.
Well, we've discussed this, but I was only on one other time, and I told you that I may end my life today because the only thing I ever talked to my family about was one time I'll get on. You have to understand, I grew up with this every morning.
I believe the expression was after you were on that show.
Go ahead.
Now I can die in peace.
I did say that. But once again, my mom, who did listen
She was
to it,
not happy
said,
with that line.
"Why would you say that?" And Serena was like, "Yes." No. Anyway.
But doesn't she realize how funny that is?
Yeah. I've always kibitzed with you that I want a show. I want a show on JNAM.
Right.
And this is the closest I'm ever going to get.
And Thursdays you go back to Israel. And again,
I try to do Wednesday night so
you don't see all your friends.
I'll tell you why. At the Shabbos table, I want to be up.
Right.
I want to be aware. We have
Not
a wonderful
exhausted,
Shabbos
right.
table, not exhausted. Right. So that's one thing I request.
So you'll land sometimes Thursday in Israel.
Exactly.
At sometime on Thursday.
And thank God. And that's it works. It has to work for every family.
What a life. Rabbi Daniel Hartstein's here. Before we talk about some of these details, and we will get into it, you have another 15 minutes at least?
At least an hour. I don't.
Oh,
I have nothing.
wow.
I have nothing. Yeah.
Because you told me you have an appointment
I do.
somewhere.
I have a meeting at 9 o'clock, but I don't really care.
He actually
at this point.
He actually canceled the appointment.
Yeah, I could do another volunteer job. I could be. We could go. It could be your. I don't know.
You mentioned the Rosh Yeshiva at Lev HaTorah.
Yes.
Lev to us, and I say this. I've never sent any of my kids to Lev. One of the reasons I'm pretty familiar with it is because my good friend Rabbi Josh Fass is always praising it and talking about it, and I think he's also very close to Rosh Yeshiva, if I'm not mistaken.
He is, and I believe he
often.
also, gives classes.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
How does he find time for that?
We don't know. Rabbi Fass is,
Wow.
there's just a shout out to him.
He's amazing.
He's amazing. There's a few people in the world that you can meet and be like, ooh, that guy's going to Olam Haba. I'm sure about it.
Well, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
But I've said something, and I said it last week when he was on the air with us. To me, the most important Jew in the 21st century.
That's
and
really
people
beautiful.
think I'm nuts, but hey, I could prove it. Anyway, so what do we know, Lev? What do we know about Lev? We know that they pay special attention to those boys who want to go to the IDF.
Correct.
In a very serious manner, religiously, and trying to, really hold their hand through the whole process as much as one can. I mean, soldiers are obviously independent. They have their own, their own base life, et cetera, et cetera. But they try to really be, and by the way, this is not a criticism of other yeshivas. Other yeshivas also make the effort to do so, but Lev has sort of formalized it. Am I right?
Sure. We're the OG, right? Thank God we have a lot of people who have taken, imitation is the most beautiful form of flattery.
And they don't mind it, by the way.
And we don't mind it, and we've helped, including as recent as Torah Shraga, and help them. And what we realized is we are a very unapologetic Zionistic yeshiva that looks to continue that wherever you might be going in your life. And I think that is, unfortunately, but I think it's quite unique in the world of gap year programs that this is what we want to be. And yes, if a boy wants to, and certainly
you mean you're not sending Rebbeim to anti-government protests?
we are not anymore. No, we're not. That's why I'm not on the staff legally. I'm not on the staff
Not since the
backlash. And that's it. Listen, I'm sorry to say this, and this is for another program, but it's something unique and special, and parents know when they're sending their kids to Lev HaTorah what they're getting, and it's very wholesome. And I think there's something that there's a yeshiva I was watching there. Quick, everything's TikTok this time, right? And somebody sent me, and they said our yeshiva is so amazing because all Rebbeim are so very, very different from each other. I don't think that's great.
Wow.
I think that Lev HaTorah is unique in that
consistent philosophy.
It's consistent philosophy, and boys want to almost 30%. Certainly after October 7th, and they need. It's not like my son Yaakov, who went to the army and now is Miluim many times over, and he has yeshiva. He's from Yeshivat Yerucham, and my son Aaron, who's in Yeshiva Gavoa Eli. You have that that miscarriage that will work. Here they don't. They're lone soldiers in all intents purposes. So what Lev HaTorah developed was this awesome program. They have this gorgeous new building, Beit Daniel, named for Daniel Paris Hashem Yikam Domo, and we take care of them from the food aspect all the way to the psychological aspect, and it's amazing. It's amazing for the guys of the yeshiva to see them. To be able to see a Shona Aleph guy, sees a guy walking in, and wait a minute, that could be me. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and really a wonderful relationship. Because as we joke, I used to do recruiting for Lev HaTorah, so I used to say to the parents, I said, this is not a one-year program. We're going to be with you for the rest of your life.
Whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it or not. And that's something that we commit ourselves to.
Amazing. Rabbi Daniel Hartstein's here. He does have a job that brings him to the United States very often. He is the CEO of Five Star Caterers, an outfit that's very familiar to those of us in New York and New Jersey, obviously. Those of us who've been to Shabbatonim, who've been to major events, even for adults, well, not just talking about kid Shabbatons, but even for adults, very often is being catered by and organized by Kenny Yeager, you and your staff, and everybody at Five Star. They do take care of event planning and all your conference needs. And it does seem like these conferences and as we call them, Shabbatonim, are just all over the place now. I mean, they're exploding with a lot of different locations, a lot of innovation in terms of the types of places that are being used for it, right? Because crowds are very big now, and you have to find unique places to actually hold these events. And I noticed on your thing, on the announcement from Five Star, it's not just New York, New Jersey anymore. You guys will actually cater a conference that's happening in Florida, Pennsylvania, Arizona, etc.
So yeah, what's unique about Five Star is, besides their CEO, what's unique is that we are really, it's funny to say it, but a niche caterer in terms of these specific events. Whether it's, doing wholesale or retreats, conferences. And as you just mentioned, we just did in the summer, we did the Maccabi games, literally over 1,000 people in Arizona. And unfortunately, it was Tucson, Arizona. So there's no food there. There's nothing. We had a wonderful, Chafetz Chaim yeshiva there that we were able to, find a minyan. But other than that, we do the EDS conference, the Educational Directors Conference, in different locations in Florida. And we go on these trips with, the senior trip and follow the bus and do things like that. And something unique as well is the, issue that people are facing now with inflation and everything that's going on. And besides for food costs is the cost of the hotel. When I first started, and certainly back, when Kenny started the company probably 30 years ago, there was always a deal, right? You went into this hotel, whatever, the famous ones.
Right,
that
I'm bringing you X number of rooms.
Right, I'm bringing you X number of rooms. Well, then the caterer gets the free rooms.
Right.
And of course, you're going to get all the event space for free.
Right.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Really?
Now it's...
You have to pay separately for their own event space?
100%.
In the building?
Every place. You're paying for event space. You're paying, I laugh. I mean, I shouldn't laugh at this, but some of the long lists of fees, just like now when you go to your restaurant, there's convenience fees.
Right.
There's a fee for the guy to, plug in the truck to the, that's going to be over Shabbos, plugged in. And everything is, and that created an issue. So...
Well, wait a second.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Okay.
When you go to some of the places that have become traditional in our community, let's say, for instance, the Connecticut hotels, are you paying separately for event space?
100%. Every one of those. Not only that, there used to be the Shabbos deal, which was if you leave Saturday night, you'll get no way. Every 2 nights, every place that we go. The Shabbaton I just went on, they left on Saturday night, and being that I'm single here, I went to the desk and I'm like, all the rooms available tonight? They're like, yeah, they have them until tomorrow morning. I said, I'm gonna stay in my room. So I got nothing else to do. It's 5 degrees outside. It's a shame. So what we've done is, just one of the things that we've done is that we've done a awesome, really, partnership with Bushkill Falls, which is a retreat center.
Right, I remember Bushkill, sure.
Great place. They actually redid it. It's beautiful. And what people can do, and this is what a lot of, yeshivas want to be able to do in events, they want to be able to go to a place where it's just them.
Right.
Right?
They have the place exclusively.
You never know what you're going to get. And I have some wonderful stories.
Yeah, but we get it. Yeah.
Right?
Nothing
people,
against anybody. That's life. There's going to be people around and things are going to be happening.
And you can't, and obviously, if you only have half the hotel, you can't request what the other half is.
Correct.
Bushkill, you basically get the entire hotel. You don't have to deal with the caterer rooms. You don't have to deal with the events page. It's a flat fee. And this is very significant for people, especially they want to do their own type of events. There's plenty of event space. We were just saying before, those Connecticut hotels, they're also not only charging for the ballroom. Oh, you want breakout rooms? Well, that's X amount of money. You have to do that. Oh, you want it to be set up, for Saturday morning? There's another fee. Here, it's just tell us what you need.
How many people could Bushkill accommodate? Like a school could go there with how many students?
Oh, a lot. Over 600. I mean, the shul itself fits 600 people.
So a grade in a major school could certainly fit.
100%. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's great. And again, it's not only, as we said, not only for your schools, right? It's all types of seminars, all types of things that people that want to go out there. And there's a lot to do there.
By the way, a major family weekend simcha you could do there as well.
Absolutely.
There are people who got to bring 200 people to a simcha or more.
Yes. I've heard about that here in America.
That happens.
Yes. But yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity for that. And listen, I think what Five Star also wants to be able to do is we want to be able to make it affordable for people and have good food. So
how do you keep the cost of food down these days? Is that impossible?
It's hard. And we're obviously we're exclusively under the OU. And we have very, very high standards, and we're Chalav Yisrael, another chumrah. But we're able to accomplish it in the best way that we can. And
can you ever serve meat anymore, or it's always poultry?
We can.
You can serve meat.
We can serve meat.
You can actually serve a good challah.
There is a rumor that this is just a rumor that there are certain CEOs who may take some of those meats into Israel with him when he travels, briskets and so on and so forth. That's maybe why, Five Star Finance is the CEO. What is he going to do?
This is a good thing to reveal on the air.
Yeah, exactly. I may be able to stay a lot longer now.
Say that again. So you can have a good cholent, and you can have a good kiddush with some meat at that kiddush.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And and I'll tell you something else. Schools, as I'm sure you know, schools have I was interviewing a chef who had literally come from Israel just a few weeks ago, who's here and wanted a job as a chef, and he couldn't understand what I was talking about, that there are schools here, and thank God we have 11 school lunch programs. Right. He didn't understand because in Israel, the lunch program is this little tray of food that you get that was cooked maybe yesterday if you're lucky, right, with a little sticker on it that says something like that doesn't look like schnitzel. The joke is after you finish it, you can have ice cream now. You're fine. But we have very sophisticated, wonderful, amazing schools, lunch programs. And
New York, New Jersey?
Yeah, the New York, New Jersey area. Again, 11 different school locations. And a lot of schools, they don't want to deal with it anymore. Right. They don't want to do it themselves. So they have somebody like us come in. An example, there was a school, unfortunately, who had a fire. And we weren't able to accommodate them because the kitchen wasn't available. Right. So we made everything from our commissary. We have a very huge commissary, not so far from here. So we're able to do that as well. And thank God now we have even college programs, Yeshivat University Shabbos program, where they realize, we want good food. We want it sent to us, of course, for the amazing programs that they have there. And other universities, their Hillels and their Chabad programs, and we can cater to that.
So when you wake up in the morning in Israel, you're praying that everybody gets to these 11 schools the way they're supposed to every single day.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's bad weather, you got to start worrying.
I'll tell you something funny. Because of my crazy hours, so I'm the first to get every call. This morning, the person didn't know I was here, one of my employees. I don't announce it every time that I'm here. And he called me at 5:30 in the morning. Now, luckily, I had to get up early to do my hair for the program here and makeup and stuff like that. So I was up already, and it was one of the typical unique problems. And I'll just tell you the problem because it
couldn't have been weather related this morning.
No, but it was the pita didn't come for falafel day. One of the schools. I'm not going to mention the name of the school because the parents will probably go. They'll bring the food to the kids now. They're like, oh my god! So what happened in that case? So besides calling the bread company and screaming at them and saying, can you get it? Five Star says, wait, perfect. We actually have pita bread in our facility. Perfect. We're going to thaw it out. We're going to put it in the oven. We're able to do that. Most places, obviously, if you wake up in the morning, you're just a school, there's no backup. Right. So here we have a backup, and that works out very, very well. I got to wait till everybody wakes up in the morning to, you don't want to wake anybody up. And that's what we're able to do. And that's, very, very unique to be able to do that. A new aspect, by the way, is, as we said, different, schools are looking for new things to do. Right. They're going on trips, they're going on this. And it's funny to say this, but kids have sophisticated palates, and they don't want just to throw in and say, oh, another barbecue, another this, or we have to make deli sandwiches. They want someone to go ahead and follow them. And
with a sushi bar.
Right, exactly. With a sushi bar, with an Israeli chef who's making shawarma. We want something different every night. But yeah, and that's something that we're able to as well. And, we're that niche type of caterer that's really focusing on this, on the schools, on the retreats, on the uniqueness of that. Yeah.
You never serve sushi on Shabbos night, do you? So meaning Friday night.
Because of the, it's funny because I was telling you about my other hat. We have unique shilas. It's funny because when I go into Shabbaton, the mashgichim, I want to say they love me, but sometimes they don't because a lot of times I know halacha a little bit better than they do. So we had something unique over Shabbos, where it was a Sephardi school. And they said, but we allow warming up certain types of things on Shabbos.
Right.
You said, that's nice, but we don't do that. Or they wanted to use, whipped cream Shabbos morning. A machlokes, actually, between Rabbi Belsky and Rav Shechter, Shlita. So, it's a funny thing. But, we talk it out in halach. It's fun. But we're able to accommodate.
And if they need a specific type of shechita, you could do that. The meat will be that.
That's a great point. Yeah, we're able to do, for example, for Chabad, we've done programs for them, so they have very. It's one of the reasons we moved to exclusively even Chalav Yisrael because they're very makbid on Kalim. They never heard of Chalav Stam and Rav Moshe Chalav companies as they call it.
Correct.
So that's that we're able to do all shchitas. We do Hasidish events where we do only Hasidish shchita, which basically we're doing anyway in our facility. But it's something very unique about us.
Information about Five Star Catering, conferences, events everywhere: New York, New Jersey, Florida, Pennsylvania, Milwaukee, Arizona, plus the Bushkill Falls Retreat and Conference Center that we discussed with Rabbi Daniel Hartstein. You can call 973-812-0329. That's 973-812-0329. Or you can email ssilber, that's SSILBER, ssilber at 5 Star, and you write the whole thing out. Don't use numbers. Write the whole thing out. 5starcaterers.com, ssilber at 5starcaterers.com. And I would guess at this point, and I know there's no such thing as everybody knowing everything, but I would guess at this point, most schools, especially in New York and New Jersey, are aware of what you do at this point, right? I would guess that
sure.
This is not a revelation to most of them if they're tuned in.
Correct, but there is thank God there's healthy competition, and people are looking for
and they also may not realize how you've kept up with everything. Like you're so 2026 now, especially what you've done with Bushkill, etc.
100%, and also it's as funny as it sounds, the types of food that you have.
Right.
Poppers are a thing of the past now.
Right.
People want all these things. Sometimes I'll sit at the Shabbos table and tell my kids, "You want to hear something? There's something new." It's called. I never heard. Did you ever hear of this? You ever hear of a fried deli sandwich?
No.
Yes. We're at an event, and the person was, dude, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh my God. It happens to be absolutely delicious.
I'm going to have to check with my friends at Essen Deli if this is allowed.
Fat free, as you know.
Of course.
It is. Shabbos. If you have it on Shabbos, it's totally fine. But
you don't gain any weight on Shabbos.
There's a lot of
It's amazing how my scale argues with that whole thing. I don't know why. Mamish, it makes no sense to me.
Don't use the scale. That's
is shalashudas still tuna fish and egg salad, or even that has to be upgraded?
Hot barekos.
Seriously?
They want hot barekos, sushi salad at Shalshas, 100%. And that's with Malava Malco being in an hour and a half from now. You know what I'm saying?
With ice cream and pizza.
With ice cream, pizza, French fries have to be fried, in a fryer. That's what we do. And, we would never say, hey, what my kids didn't have that. I don't know, But that's not what, we laugh because we all know what we had.
You know what they served at my father's bar mitzvah? Should I tell you?
I'm listening.
I think it was herring and sponge cake. That was it.
That's the way
Shabbos
it was.
morning after davening, and that was it.
Listen, that's things have changed a lot. People don't even know. They think sponge cake literally. If you said to sponge cake, they're like, "Oh, that's the thing we use to clean up." The lady that works in my house, she uses that to clean up. And that's a sponge, not the cake.
Gefilte fish only Shabbos morning or shalashudas as well, or it depends on the crowd.
I think gefilte fish. Most kids look at it and say,
kids will not eat it."
No, they're not eating it anymore.
Do they eat herring? You don't serve
salmon.
They want no herring either.
We do. There are certain things. If I go on the Shabbaton, they know I need herring and I need kishka. We don't. We're working on the kishka. I'm not going in. But we.
You know what's amazing, by the way? Wasabi herring.
Yes, absolutely.
That's a new one.
We actually make our own herring. So we'll get the fillets and make all the different sauces.
You make your own wasabi herring?
100%. Wasabi and all the
How close did you say your commissary is here?
The delivery's cut. Wait, do I hear the truck outside?
I must need some Friday.
You can come to my 9 o'clock meeting. You'll be the presenter.
My gosh. No, I need it Friday. Otherwise, it's not going to make it till Shabbos.
Oh, we could deliver. We deliver. 5 Star Caterers. We deliver. 973-812-0329.
Unbelievable. Also, if you're planning a trip, school trip, any type of water park, you do that, right? If someone wants a water park exclusively for their school or for their group, you'll actually negotiate that whole deal, right?
Yeah. So what's interesting also, it's funny, there are a lot of people who move to the federal lunch program, which in New York is becoming very popular. So we know all this. During COVID, where a lot of companies were struggling, I give an unbelievable amount of credit to, I didn't mention Kenny Yeager enough, but when
Kenny kept you going.
When Pesach rolled around and we had many people to keep employed, Kenny said, I'm sorry, I'm not letting anybody go. We didn't know what was happening.
Wow.
And we were part of a federal program that gave out those boxes.
Right.
And here we know exactly how to work with it. We actually have a company that we work with that able to fill out the forms. So the same thing over here. We can get into Six Flags. We have a deal with them already. We have with other water parks where they know, and literally they'll say, wait, which cater? It's 5 Star? Oh, it's 5 Star.
Right.
We were just...
And if you want women only or men only, they'll do
100%. Right. And the place that we were actually for Shabbos, it was really heartwarming and a Kiddush Hashem, something for my shir next week. When these were all non-Jews coming, they go, thank God it's 5 Star. They know, they said everything's going to be okay. You know how to kosher, you know how to clean.
Wow.
We don't have any questions. We don't have to ask anything. So that's very unique and special. And you want a caterer like
helps,
that,
huh?
100%. And we're not cutting corners, going and doing what needs to be done in any place that it needs to be done.
And my point with the trips is that, again, in addition to the food, you'll actually negotiate the activities, the housing, as we said.
Yeah. Even Bushkill, by the way, there's a really fun activities that Bushkill has established there where they have ATVing, they have all these things that could come. A lot of times schools are looking for, they don't want to keep the bus there the whole Shabbos, so they don't want to get on the bus. So they'll have them come to you. They'll do fireworks at the location. A lot of people also looking for, besides schools, activities. Bushkill's like perfect for that retreat that you want to do, everybody to get together and do team building and things like that. We actually have a company that comes in and does team building. So really, it's
how many
the
people?
A to Z. Again,
Hundreds,
meaning
the company's got hundreds of people.
Hundreds of people, over 700 people could fit there. So, they could come up, they could stay for the night, or just go there for the day.
And those who aren't kosher are going to have kosher food, whether they like it or not.
And you know what? They'll be surprised. We've had more than once people. I have my own employees now with the fake and bacon and all that stuff, saying to me, Mr. Daniel, you sure this kosher? I'm like, yes, I know it's a cheeseburger, but it's not really a cheeseburger. Quotation mark. Thank God for that. We have everything, and they won't know the difference.
I remember being with a big media personality at a kosher restaurant years ago. He's gone already. Years ago, and he was so disappointed when he found out he couldn't have butter with his steak.
Oh yeah, that's.
I'm like, yeah, margarine. What do you mean, margarine? Anyways,
yeah, you don't want to give him the secrets of the trade. Wait, really? I was at a Pesach program once, not ours, but a Pesach program, and my mom wanted just for her coffee a little milk.
Right.
It was a milkshake.
Right.
It didn't seem to. They said we can't give it to you. I'm like, what are you talking about? And then we found out that they did not actually have a milkshake kitchen. It was porridge. Like, that's impossible. There was, Pesach lasagna with cheese. And the chef came in. He's like, that's not cheese. That's mayonnaise. So you never know what you're getting. And we were quite surprised by that. And
wow.
Let's just say there was no more lunches for the Hartstein family at that hotel.
that Pesach program may have been more kosher than most of the others, frankly.
Yeah, they didn't want to have a milk kitchen, 100%. That's true.
Wow.
Yeah.
Boy, that would be an interesting conversation.
I got a lot of conversations.
If I was in the kitchen as much as you, would I eat at a Jewish wedding? That's a good question.
It's an excellent
because you
question.
can't imagine how many times I have been told by rabbis about how many what we call kulas, not astringency, what's the opposite? Leniencies.
Yeah.
How many leniencies are relied on at your typical high quality, reliable kosher catering establishment.
I think one of the reasons why we have the OU is that there's no compromising with them, which
Really?
is great.
They don't play around.
No, absolutely not. And as much as I told you before, I know the halacha. Listen, I know there's a machlekes, but they usually are on the stringent side. And there's usually nothing to discuss. There's interesting halachic shilas that come up. You know, the unfortunate waiter that walked in and tripped over the hot box and now unplugged it.
Right.
What happens? You got to know halacha.
Right.
But that's not necessarily a kula. That's just what the halacha is.
Right.
But thank God.
Oh, it's not different when it's hundreds of people? Or it is different? I'm being serious.
It is. There's a tzarech rabim,
Right.
and the fact that he did it, we didn't ask him to do. There's all these different things that. But you have to be. Listen,
You have to know your
I'm
stuff.
very happy that we're under the OU because there's no shtick. You get what you pay for.
When you make chicken soup, are you making it in Bushkill's vat, or you're bringing it in, or what?
It depends when the program starts. We are.
So do you have to let it sit for 24 hours or not? What would the OU say?
Good question. Good question.
Do they is it always the same policy, or it depends? No, seriously. Like if you clean it a certain way, is it possible you don't have to wait so long?
You know what? It depends on the where we are, what the place. It happens to be. This is funny. The program that I was on Motzei Shabbos. So we were finishing up, and the mashgiach always will tape up the ovens with his name on it.
Right.
So the next person that comes maybe can save a little money. All of a sudden, this guy shows up, and he's like. What hashgacha are you? And he was not a Jewish guy. I'm like, who are you? He's coming next week. And he had his boss who runs it, another caterer, and basically said, can I talk to the rabbi? They wanted to put locks on it so that it had they know the OU is very much, tape's not going to be enough.
Right. Added security.
Right, and a way to save money. So, people are always looking for, that's another savings for them. And obviously we're happy to oblige, even though it's a competing caterer.
But you didn't answer my question. Are there circumstances where you don't have to wait 24 hours with a massive pot of soup or not?
No.
You really got to wait to 24.
Yeah, not the OU is not going to be lenient.
Because there are some catering
100%.
Establishments that will go with the cleaning, etc., and will not let it sit for that. It was used within 24 hours for trafe stuff.
No, not only that, the OU policy, interestingly enough, is that let's say, which isn't surprising anymore now that you know our sophisticated palates, they want to serve ice cream at Shalosh Shudas.
Right.
So we have to wait a full 6 hours, even if the program itself, doesn't hold that way, or we're doing broilers. It's all German. It's a 3-hour. They're like, doesn't matter.
So you have to estimate that lunch ends at 2:30, and you can't serve that ice cream till 8:30.
And they're very, very careful about that. That's like
So you never have a dairy shalosh. Rarely.
Rarely, correct.
Like if someone really wants to move up lunch,
right? And we explain to them what the situation is and when we have to end.
Wow.
And it's
how big of a staff does this company have?
We have a very large staff. We have our own staff. I mean, we're in the. You can imagine because we have 11 school locations. They're all our employees.
Right.
So we're way over 100, and we have waiting staff that comes in just for the weekends and stuff. It's a large staff for us to manage, but a pleasure to do it. Listen, it's.
And if the guy in charge of one of the schools, God forbid, called you this morning, he's not feeling well. You got to have contingency plans that have to be.
I wouldn't be here now. I would be there. No. But we do. We actually have.
Immediately.
I have. That sounds funny, but I have a second mashgiach who works in our commissary, whose job it is. I mean, he's one of our employees.
To be the mamalei makom?
Exactly. So that
he's the deputy mayor.
Right. Exactly, and he has to sometimes get up early in the morning. And employees in itself. Listen, we're like you said. There was a snowstorm, and there was the repercussions after. It's too cold outside. You got You think it's kids' excuses that say I can't get up this morning. I can't get out of bed. So we have that with employees, and thank God we have temp services, and we have But,
and on top of that, you got to give a shear at Lev, huh?
Listen, we're doing whatever we can.
And that's why Lev needs to let you go after the morning, because then your day starts.
Correct. So about 3 o'clock. And as I said, I will get those calls. I have one wonderful employee who calls me every day at 12:30 because he gets on the and he tells me, okay, here's what's going on. This is the only time I know I could talk to you. Nobody else. I know everybody. Great. Wonderful. So Baruch Hashem, it's really living the dream.
Unbelievable. Well, we learned a lot about Kenny Yeager and Five Star this morning.
That is true.
Courtesy of Rabbi Daniel Hartstein, visiting us from Israel and explaining his job as CEO and how incredible the scope is of this company.
100%.
They're doing a lot of stuff.
And this is the first of many segments, I believe.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
You'll be back?
I'm not trying to threaten you, but I know the code now. I'll tell you.
You're not coming back before you leave on Thursday, are you?
I don't know. Poppy's is across the street.
Just making sure. And we're not going to see you again this week.
Well, you told me I have to bring a herring.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Did I mean that? I'll have to consider and reconsider. Well, Rabbi Hartstein, I thank you.
My pleasure.
Our best regards to everybody at Lev. Let the Yeshiva know that we're big fans. Seriously. Let them know we're big fans. We keep hearing great things about the Yeshiva.
You know what? I may get brownie points when you know this goes to publish. And
correct.
Like, hey, was this a 5-star or Lev HaTorah thing?
Correct.
Yeah. I may get more money. I may get. And they may double my.
They may give you.
I'll tell you the joke. The joke in Lev is that I don't get a salary, but I have a little bit of an addiction to Coke Zero. So
they'll deliver.
I'll come into Shear and a kid will get me from the soda machine.
Wow.
A Coke Zero. So I may get 2 Coke Zeros because of this interview.
What compensation?
You made me your Eza Usher Sameach Bechelko. You know what I'm saying? It can't be any better.
Now I don't feel guilty about the herring if you're getting double soda because of me.
Yeah,
Come on.
It's good stuff.
Thank you, Rabbi Hartstein.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
It is always a pleasure. More coming up. You're listening to hour number 3 of JM in the AM.